Hi, welcome to English Hamster. Are you learning English? Great. Here we learn through stories. They are simple and interesting. You can improve English while learning knowledge. Remember to subscribe, like and comment. Let's get started.
Have you ever wondered why some people always seem to be ahead of the game? Why do they grow, change, and succeed faster than others? It's not magic, luck, or even just being smart. It's because they learn every day. Most people stop learning after school. They finish high school or college and then they stop. They go to work, come home, watch TV, scroll through their phones, and do the same thing every day. But if you want to grow, to succeed, and to stay ahead of most people, you need to educate yourself every single day. This habit is your secret weapon. The best part is that it's free. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, where you come from, or what your background is. If you have a phone, a book, or the internet, you can learn something new every day. And that changes everything. Chapter 1: Why do most people fall behind? The world is moving faster than ever. Technology is changing everything: how we work, think, and even communicate. Some industries grow quickly while others disappear. Skills that were important 5 years ago might be useless now. What was once good enough is no longer enough. In this fast-moving world, if you aren't growing, you're falling behind. But here's the strange part. Most people don't even notice it. They don't want to admit it. Many people live their lives on autopilot. This means they do the same thing every day without thinking about it. They wake up at the same time, eat the same breakfast, drive the same route to work, and do the same tasks every day. They talk to the same people, watch the same shows, and keep repeating this cycle. Nothing changes because they aren't learning. They don't challenge themselves, so their minds grow weak. Not because they're not smart, but because they aren't using their minds to learn and grow. Many people stop being curious after they finish school. They stop asking questions, stop reading books, and stop thinking deeply. It's as if their desire to learn fades and they get stuck in the same predictable routine. Then they wonder why their lives don't seem exciting anymore. They wonder why they feel stuck. But the answer is simple. They stopped feeding their minds. If you're not feeding your mind with new ideas, you're feeding your limits. When you choose not to learn, you choose to stay the same. And when you stay the same in a world that keeps changing, you fall behind. Think of your brain like a muscle. If you don't use your muscles, they get weak. The same thing happens with your brain. If you don't challenge it, your mind becomes slow and dull. But if you keep learning, your brain gets sharper. It starts to work better for you. Chapter 2: The power of learning every day. When you stop learning, you stop growing. And if you want to be successful, you need to keep growing. The secret to staying ahead of others is learning every day. This doesn't mean you need to learn a lot in one day. You just need to learn a little bit every day. Over time, these small efforts add up. The people who succeed in life are not always the luckiest or the smartest. They are the ones who keep learning. Learning doesn't stop when you finish school. In fact, that's when real learning begins. Take Elon Musk, for example. He taught himself rocket science by reading books. He didn't go to a special school for it. He just used books to learn. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest people in the world, reads for 5 to 6 hours every day. He believes knowledge builds up like compound interest. Little by little, it gives you a huge advantage. These people didn't wait for life to teach them. They taught themselves. They made learning a daily habit, and that's how they became successful. Chapter 3: The habit of high achievers. People who achieve great things don't just work hard. They also work smart. They learn every day, and this habit helps them stay ahead. High achievers understand something most people forget. Every new skill adds value to their life. They know that growth doesn't stop after school. In fact, it begins after school. The top achievers read books, listen to podcasts, watch educational videos, and take online courses. Some learn new languages. Others learn about leadership or finance. The topic doesn't matter, but the habit of learning every day stays the same. For example, Bill Gates reads 50 books every year. Oprah Winfrey credits books for her success. She says they helped her escape poverty and build her empire. These people didn't wait for life to teach them. They decided to learn and grow every day. But here's the big question. What are you doing with your time? You have the same 24 hours in a day as these successful people. The difference is how they use their time. Many people spend their free time watching TV or scrolling through social media. But high achievers use that time to learn, grow, and improve. They invest their time in learning because they know that education is the key to success. Chapter 4: The Power of 1 Hour a Day. Let's take a simple but powerful idea. What if you spent just 1 hour a day learning something new? Whether it's reading a book, watching an educational video, or listening to an audiobook. 1 hour a day might not seem like much, but over time, it adds up in ways that can change your life. If you spend 1 hour a day learning, that's 7 hours a week. In 1 month, you'll have spent 30 hours learning. That's 365 hours in a year. Think about that for a moment. That's the equivalent of taking 9 full-time college-level courses in 1 year without paying for tuition, without leaving your home, and without sitting in a classroom. Now, let's break it down further. What if you decided to study just one thing for 1 hour a day for a year? Let's say you decide to study money. You could read books about personal finance, investing, budgeting, and saving. You could listen to podcasts from experts in finance or watch free videos online about how money works. After 1 year, you would know more about managing money than most people will learn in their entire lifetime. You would be ahead of 99% of people when it comes to financial knowledge, not because you're lucky, but because you made the smart choice to spend 1 hour a day learning. Chapter 5: Small Habits, Big Results. Learning for just 1 hour a day can lead to amazing things, but it doesn't just happen overnight. It takes time. Small actions, done consistently, lead to big results. If you invest just 30 minutes a day in learning something useful, that's 15 hours in 1 month and 180 hours in a year. Think of where you could be 1 year from now if you simply decided to learn every day. Let's say you choose to learn about health and fitness. 1 hour a day could teach you how the human body works, how food affects your energy, how to build muscle, and how to improve your sleep. You'd be in the best shape of your life, not through quick fixes or crash diets, but through lasting knowledge and healthy habits. Or maybe you choose to learn about leadership, communication, or emotional intelligence. These are the skills that make people successful in relationships, business, and life. If you learn how to understand yourself and others better, how to speak clearly, how to lead with empathy, and how to build strong relationships, you'll be ahead of most people in your career and personal life. The key here is to remember, it's not about big, sudden changes. It's about small, consistent actions. Every day you learn, you build your knowledge, and you move closer to your goals. These small habits, done every day, will lead you to success. Chapter 6: Break the Mental Blocks. Now, let's talk about something that can stop you from learning: mental blocks. These are beliefs in your mind that hold you back from becoming the person you want to be. They are like invisible walls that stop you from reaching your full potential. One of the most common mental blocks is the belief that you don't have time to learn. But the truth is, everyone has 24 hours a day. The real question is, how do you use that time? Most people waste time on things like scrolling through social media or watching TV. But if you replace just 30 minutes a day of scrolling with reading or learning, you would gain 180 plus hours of learning every year. That's enough time to learn a new skill or become an expert in a topic. Another common excuse is the idea that you're too old to learn. Many people believe that learning is only for young people. But that's simply not true. People of all ages have reinvented themselves, started new careers, learned new skills, and changed their lives. Age is not a problem when it comes to learning. The real problem is your attitude. As long as you are alive, you can learn and grow. The belief that you're not smart enough is another mental block that can stop you from learning. But intelligence is not fixed. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. If you train your brain by reading, solving problems, and exploring new ideas, you will become smarter over time. Even the smartest people started as beginners. They made mistakes, asked questions, and kept trying. They didn't quit, and that's what made them successful. Finally, there's the belief that learning is too hard. Yes, learning something new can be difficult, but staying stuck is also hard. Living a life where you feel stuck and powerless is hard. So, you need to choose your hard. One path leads to growth and freedom, while the other leads to frustration and missed opportunities. The choice is yours. Chapter 7. Make learning a lifestyle. To make learning part of your life, it's important to change the way you think about it. Don't think of learning as a chore or something you have to do. Instead, think of it as a gift that makes you stronger, smarter, and more confident every day. When you make learning fun and exciting, it becomes part of who you are. Carry a book with you wherever you go. Whenever you have a few minutes, read a few pages. Listen to an educational podcast while you're driving or walking. Fill your phone with audiobooks and learning apps, so even when you have free time, you're learning something new. You can also use your social media to help you learn. Follow people who inspire you and share educational content. Unfollow accounts that waste your time or fill your feed with negativity. Make your digital space work for you, not against you. Another great habit is keeping a journal of what you learn. Write down interesting ideas, quotes, or lessons you come across each day. This will help you remember what you learn and see how much you've grown. It's also a great way to track your progress and celebrate your small wins. Chapter 8. The Power of Consistency. Learning isn't about doing it all at once. It's about showing up every day. The real power of learning is in being consistent. Think about it like building a habit. If you practice every day, your skills improve. Whether it's reading for 10 minutes, watching an educational video, or listening to an audiobook, small, consistent actions lead to big results. Imagine this. If you learn just 10 minutes a day, that's 70 minutes a week. That's over 50 hours in a year. In just 1 year, you could learn a new skill, read multiple books, or explore new subjects. That time will add up. The key is to do it every day. You don't need to spend hours learning each day. Just a small investment of time can create huge changes. This habit becomes part of who you are. You begin to think of yourself as someone who learns, grows, and improves. And as you keep learning, you'll notice that you get better at things, you become more confident, and you start seeing the world in a different way. Chapter 9. overcoming distractions. In our world today, distractions are everywhere. Social media, television, and endless entertainment can steal our time and focus. But here's the truth: those distractions won't help you grow. They won't take you closer to your goals. To succeed, you need to learn how to block out distractions and focus on what matters. This doesn't mean you have to give up all your fun activities, but it does mean making smart choices about how you spend your time. You can start by setting aside specific times for learning. It could be early in the morning, during lunch, or before bed. Set a goal: I will spend 20 minutes reading a book every evening. Or, I will listen to an educational podcast during my commute. Setting clear goals and time slots makes it easier to stick to your learning habit. When you focus on learning, you gain control over your time. Instead of letting distractions take over, you choose to invest in yourself. And that's when you start moving forward in life. You stop feeling stuck and begin to see progress. Chapter 10: Tracking Your Progress. One of the best ways to stay motivated is to track your progress. It's easy to forget how far you've come if you don't keep track. But when you look back at what you've learned, you'll be amazed at how much you've grown. Start a simple journal or use a tracking app to record your learning activities. Write down the books you've read, the videos you've watched, and the new skills you've acquired. You could even track how much time you spend learning each day. Seeing your progress will keep you inspired to keep going. Celebrate your wins, big or small. Finished a book? That's an achievement. Learned a new skill? Celebrate it. The more you recognize your progress, the more motivated you'll feel. Positive reinforcement helps build momentum. And before you know it, learning will become second nature. Chapter 11: The Role of Curiosity. Curiosity is one of the most important traits of a lifelong learner. When you stay curious, you open yourself up to new experiences and new ideas. Curiosity keeps your mind active and engaged. It pushes you to explore, to ask questions, and to seek out knowledge. You can cultivate curiosity by simply asking why about everything. Why does something work the way it does? Why do people think this way? Why is something happening in the world today? Asking questions helps you understand the world more deeply and encourages you to keep learning. The great thing about curiosity is that it doesn't need to be forced. It's natural to want to learn when something interests you. So, find topics that excite you. Follow your curiosity and let it guide you toward new knowledge. The more you explore, the more your mind will open, and the more you will grow. Chapter 12: The Power of Sharing What You Learn. One of the best ways to solidify what you learn is to share it with others. When you teach someone else, you reinforce your own knowledge. Sharing ideas also helps you connect with others who are interested in the same topics. Start by discussing what you've learned with friends or family. You could even join online communities or forums where people share similar interests. Sharing your thoughts and learning with others will not only help them, but it will also deepen your own understanding. For example, you could write a blog post about a book you just finished reading. Or you could teach someone a new skill you've picked up. Sharing knowledge is a great way to reinforce what you've learned and keep the learning process going. Chapter 13: Learning Through Mistakes. As you learn, you will make mistakes. That's okay. Mistakes are part of the process. In fact, they are one of the best ways to learn. When you make a mistake, you discover what doesn't work, and that brings you closer to understanding what does work. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Instead, embrace them. Learn from them. Every time you try something new, whether it's a skill or a concept, you will improve. You may not get it perfect the first time, and that's fine. What matters is that you keep trying, keep learning, and keep growing. Mistakes are not failures. They are learning opportunities. The more you embrace mistakes, the more you will grow and the faster you will achieve your goals. Chapter 14, The Importance of Patience. Learning takes time. It's easy to feel frustrated when progress seems slow, but the truth is, great things take time. Building a new habit, mastering a skill, or gaining knowledge isn't something that happens overnight. It's the result of consistent effort over time. Be patient with yourself. Remember, small steps lead to big results. It's like planting a tree. At first, you may not see much growth, but with time, care, and attention, that tree will grow tall and strong. The same goes for your learning journey. Don't expect instant results. Focus on making steady progress, and over time, you'll be amazed at how far you've come. Stay focused on the process, not just the end goal. Celebrate the small wins along the way. Each book you finish, each new skill you learn, and each idea you understand is a victory. With patience and persistence, you'll keep moving forward. Chapter 15, Embracing Change. In today's fast-paced world, change is constant. New technologies, new ideas, and new ways of doing things are emerging all the time. To stay ahead, you must embrace change. Don't be afraid of it. Instead, see it as an opportunity to grow. When you stay flexible and open-minded, you can adapt to new situations and learn new things. Change can be uncomfortable, but it is also where growth happens. Think about how much you learn when you try something new or face a challenge. That's the power of change. By staying curious and willing to learn, you can turn change into an advantage. Instead of resisting it, accept it. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? When you embrace change, you put yourself in the best position to succeed. Chapter 16, Surrounding Yourself with the Right People. The people you surround yourself with have a big impact on your learning journey. If you want to grow, seek out people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to be better. Find people who are also committed to learning and improving. Being around like-minded individuals creates an environment of growth. You'll learn from each other, share ideas, and keep each other motivated. It's much easier to stay focused on your goals when you have a support system. On the other hand, if you're surrounded by people who don't value learning, it can be harder to stay motivated. Choose your circle wisely. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth and distance yourself from negativity. Chapter 17, The Role of Mindset. Your mindset plays a huge role in your ability to learn. If you believe you can learn and grow, you will. If you think you're stuck or not smart enough, you will limit your potential. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities can be developed through hard work, good strategies, and learning from mistakes. A fixed mindset, on the other hand, believes that intelligence and talent are fixed traits that can't be changed. People with a growth mindset are more willing to take risks, try new things, and learn from failure. They understand that learning is a lifelong process. To cultivate a growth mindset, start by embracing challenges. See them as opportunities to learn rather than obstacles to avoid. When you face difficulties, remind yourself that you can grow from them. Keep believing that you are capable of learning and improving, and your mindset will help guide you toward success. Chapter 18, Never Stop Learning. The most important lesson in this journey is that learning is a lifelong process. Never stop learning. Even when you reach your goals, there is always more to learn. Knowledge is limitless, and there's always something new to explore. The people who succeed are the ones who never stop growing. They continue to learn, adapt, and improve. They understand that learning doesn't end with school or a degree. It continues for the rest of their lives. If you want to stay ahead of others, commit to learning every day. Whether it's reading a book, listening to a podcast, or learning a new skill, make it part of your daily routine. The more you learn, the more you grow, and the more opportunities will open up for you. Chapter 19. Your journey begins now. It's easy to put off learning until tomorrow, but remember that the best time to start is now. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the right conditions. Start today, even if it's just for a few minutes. The future version of you will be grateful that you made the decision to start learning today. By committing to learning every day, you are planting the seeds for a future full of growth, success, and freedom. Every lesson you learn, every book you read, and every new skill you master brings you closer to the person you want to become. Don't wait for others to do it for you. Take control of your future and start building the life you want through education. Chapter 20. Learning is empowerment. Education is more than just acquiring knowledge. It is empowerment. When you commit to learning, you take control of your future. You stop waiting for things to change or for opportunities to come to you. Instead, you create your own opportunities through the power of knowledge. Learning gives you confidence. When you know more, you feel more capable. You make better decisions, solve problems more effectively, and navigate life with clarity. Knowledge helps you take charge of your life and become the person you've always wanted to be. The more you learn, the more power you gain over your own destiny. Whether it's understanding money, mastering a skill, or improving your health, learning allows you to take control of your situation. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstances. You become the creator of your own success. Chapter 21. The ripple effect of learning. One of the most powerful aspects of learning is that it doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone around you. When you learn and grow, you become a source of inspiration for others. Your actions motivate those close to you to take action too. Imagine that you decide to learn something new, whether it's a language, a professional skill, or a hobby. As you grow, you'll naturally share your knowledge and experiences with others. They, in turn, may be inspired to start learning as well. This creates a ripple effect of growth and improvement, not just in your own life, but in the lives of others too. As you grow through learning, you'll inspire people to believe in their own potential. The more you share what you've learned, the more you lift others up and encourage them to invest in their own growth. Chapter 22. Focus on what matters. There's so much to learn in the world, but not everything is equally important. If you want to make the most of your time, focus on the things that matter most. Prioritize learning that adds value to your life and helps you reach your goals. Start by asking yourself, what do I need to learn to move closer to where I want to be in life? Is it about improving my career? Is it about becoming healthier? Or is it about developing better relationships? When you focus on what matters, you stop wasting time on distractions. Instead, you invest your time and energy in learning things that will make a difference in your life. This way, learning becomes purposeful and intentional. You're not just learning for the sake of learning, you're learning with a clear goal in mind. Chapter 23. Learning as a lifestyle, not a task. Learning should not feel like something you have to do. It should feel like something you get to do. When you start seeing learning as an exciting opportunity rather than a task, you shift your mindset. It becomes a lifestyle. You begin to look forward to learning because you realize it's a way to improve yourself and enhance your life. Making learning a lifestyle means that it becomes part of your daily routine. It's like brushing your teeth or eating lunch. It's just something you do. When you make learning a non-negotiable part of your day, you transform it into something that naturally fits into your life. You don't have to force yourself to learn. Instead, you'll start seeking out learning opportunities naturally. The more you make it a habit, the more you will enjoy it. Chapter 24, You are the architect of your future. You are the architect of your future, and your decisions today will shape the life you live tomorrow. By choosing to learn every day, you build the foundation for your success. Learning is not something you do for others, you do it for yourself. Every book you read, every skill you learn, and every lesson you embrace brings you one step closer to the future you desire. When you take control of your education, you take control of your destiny. Your future is not determined by luck or chance, it's determined by the effort you put into learning. Don't wait for someone to hand you success. Create it for yourself. Learn every day, grow every day, and you'll build the life you've always wanted. Chapter 25, The Impact of Daily Learning. Learning every day may seem small at first, but its impact grows over time. Just like planting seeds, your small efforts today will eventually grow into something big. Over time, you'll look back and realize how much you've achieved, how far you've come, and how much your life has changed. Start by making small choices to learn every day. Read a chapter of a book, listen to an educational podcast, or take an online course. It doesn't matter how much time you spend. What matters is that you make learning a consistent habit. In a year, those small efforts will have added up to something incredible. You'll be smarter, more knowledgeable, and more capable than you are today. And over time, you'll see that daily learning doesn't just change your knowledge, it changes your life. Chapter 26, Learning is an investment in yourself. Investing in learning is one of the best decisions you can make for your future. Unlike many other investments, the return on investment (ROI) from learning doesn't come in the form of money alone. It comes in the form of wisdom, skills, opportunities, and personal growth. Every time you learn something new, you gain a new tool to improve your life. Whether it's learning how to manage your finances better, understanding how to communicate more effectively, or gaining a deeper knowledge of a subject you're passionate about, education is an investment that pays off in ways that go beyond financial gain. When you choose to invest in your own learning, you are creating a future that is full of possibilities. You are building a stronger, smarter, more capable version of yourself. And the best part is, this investment is one that you can continue making for the rest of your life. Chapter 27, Overcoming Fear of Learning. Many people fear the process of learning because they are afraid of failure. But here's the truth. Failure is part of learning. If you're not making mistakes, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. Learning requires stepping outside of your comfort zone, and yes, that means you'll face some challenges along the way. But the key is not to avoid these challenges. Instead, embrace them. Remember, mistakes are lessons in disguise. Each time you fail, you are learning something new. You are refining your skills and understanding. The fear of failure often holds people back, but if you face that fear and keep going, you'll see just how valuable failure can be in helping you grow. The real failure is giving up. As long as you continue learning, trying, and growing, you are moving forward. every mistake is simply a step toward mastery. Chapter 28: The Power of Routine. One of the most effective ways to make learning a part of your life is by building a routine around it. When learning becomes part of your daily routine, it stops feeling like an obligation and starts feeling like a natural part of your day. Create a learning routine that fits your schedule. Maybe you want to start your day by reading a chapter of a book before work, or perhaps you prefer listening to a podcast on your commute. The key is consistency. Make learning a habit, and over time, you'll notice how much you've grown. Your routine doesn't have to be long or complicated. Even spending just 10 to 20 minutes each day learning something new can add up over time. When learning becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth, it becomes part of who you are. Chapter 29: The Importance of Reflection. Reflection is an important part of the learning process. After you learn something new, take a moment to reflect on it. Ask yourself, what did I learn today? How can I apply this knowledge to my life? What areas do I still need to improve? Reflection helps you solidify your learning. It allows you to think deeply about the knowledge you've gained and how to use it effectively. When you take time to reflect, you turn passive learning into active learning. You process the information you've absorbed and connect it to your own experiences. By regularly reflecting on what you've learned, you can make sure that your learning is not just surface level, but that it truly sinks in and becomes a part of your thinking. Chapter 30: The Power of Lifelong Learning. Lifelong learning is the key to staying relevant and successful in an ever-changing world. As technology, industries, and societies evolve, those who stop learning risk becoming obsolete. But when you commit to learning for life, you keep up with the changes and adapt to new challenges. Lifelong learning isn't just about staying ahead in your career. It's about personal growth. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about living a life full of curiosity, excitement, and the desire to continuously improve. No matter how old you are or what stage of life you're in, you can always learn something new. Lifelong learning is not just for the young, it's for everyone. It's a mindset that encourages growth, keeps you sharp, and opens up new opportunities. Chapter 31: The Gift of Knowledge. The greatest gift you can give yourself is knowledge. Knowledge is power. It gives you the ability to think critically, solve problems, and navigate the world with confidence. It's something no one can take away from you. It's something that will continue to benefit you throughout your entire life. When you make learning a priority, you are giving yourself the gift of a brighter future. You are investing in your growth, your success, and your happiness. The more you learn, the more you'll see the world in new ways. You'll discover new opportunities, meet new people, and create a life full of purpose and excitement. So don't wait. Start today. Learn something new, challenge yourself, and keep growing. Your future is waiting, and it's full of possibilities. Chapter 32: Final Thoughts. Education is a journey, not a destination. The choice to learn every day is the choice to grow, to improve, and to transform your life. It's about making small, consistent efforts that add up over time and lead to lasting change. The people who succeed in life are not always the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who commit to learning and growing every single day. They understand that learning doesn't stop when you leave school. It's a lifelong process that never ends. So ask yourself, what will I learn today that brings me closer to the person I want to be? Make learning a habit, and you will discover that your potential is limitless. The journey starts now. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep achieving. The future is yours for the taking.
Hey, if you learned something new today, please give this video a like. Write your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second and it really helps to create more English videos for you. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.